Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. My name is Whisper and this is Desyrt Chunk, my custom Onechunk Ironman. If somehow this is the first time you've ever heard of a Onechunk account, the gist of it is that I am locked to a single chunk of the RuneScape map and must complete every listed combat, skilling, or activity task within said chunk before I can unlock a new one and expand my playable area with the goal of eventually unlocking the entire map. Before we start getting into it, credit where credit is due. Like many of us who've decided to make Onechunk accounts, I was first introduced to this concept by Limpwort, and since then, I have also come to follow the Onechunk journeys of Happery, Verf, Agile Tom, Frey, Lunatar, Brewscape, MicroRS, and Deegan. There are so many other great Onechunkers with fantastic series out there, but these are the ones who really lit the fire for me in particular. And for whatever it's worth, I've actually been consuming Onechunk content since Limpwort's very first video, and was right there for the birth of all the other series that I mentioned too, except for Lunatar. I think I became aware of him after his second Onechunk video was posted, and I've been wanting to play and document my own Onechunk journey for over 2 years now and just haven't committed to it until this moment. I'm only mentioning this because I don't want it to seem like I'm just bandwagoning off of a trend or anything, but I guess that kind of makes me sound like a hipster instead, and I don't know what's worse. Anyway, as you can see, we are starting this Onechunk series in Polnivnic, but before we figure out where we are going in this chunk, let me first explain how we got here. I started on Tutorial Island, as everyone does, and made my way through trying to get as little XP as possible, which I think you're kind of forced to by the game itself in most cases, but I'm not really all that concerned about having a few extra points anyway. I mean, it's Tutorial Island, come on. Now, I was initially considering making this a regular main account when I was first conceptualizing this challenge, but then I realized that there's really no way to ensure the integrity of a Onechunk account's unique type of grind without having the Ironman restriction in place, as well as being careful not to unlock any extraneous music tracks, so Ironman it is. As I leave Tutorial Island, you'll notice that I'm actually not heading straight for my starting chunk, and that's because we have a little bit of setup to do here in Lumbridge. I begin by dropping my tinderbox, bucket, pot, pickaxe, and arrows, because these all sell for 0 GP at the general store, and we're going to be starting this challenge with nothing anyway. Next, I drop my errand mind runes to claim extras from the magic tutor, pick them back up, and then head into the general store to start selling off some of my items. I can only sell a certain number of runes before I no longer get any GP for them, so I'll have to hop worlds a few times, but that's alright. I then start going around Lumbridge Castle to pick up various items that have a GP value. The 4 logs on the top floor, the bronze dagger on the second floor, 2 knives, a bowl, and 2 pairs of leather boots. I even go across the river and pick up the iron dagger that spawns in the ruined house next to all the goblins. Afterwards, I get extorted by some friendly guards, pass into Alcarid, and head for the general store there to sell off the rest of my items, hopping worlds as needed. My goal is to have at least 180 GP after all of this, and that amount, combined with the 25 starting GP in my bank, will allow me to buy a Shantae pass and then use the rug merchant to travel straight to Polnivnic. I think going on foot would enable me to pass through one less chunk, but this way I don't have to worry about getting attacked by wolves and dying before I even reach my chunks, so hashtag worth it. Anyway, here we are arriving in Polnivnic, so let's get back to the live commentary. Alright, so I'm just going to be straight up with you guys. This custom Onechunk account is really just a few extreme rules embedded within a much more casual framework. I have not played this game properly in almost a decade. I just made a brand new main account like a week and a half before starting to record this, so I am very rusty, and honestly, I was never really even that good to begin with. And look, Limpwort and we've both got that aughts thing going on, my fellow brother in aughts, but he has that Chad version of weaponized autism that lets him hyperfixate on repetitive tasks, whereas my manifestation of it just makes me burn out very easily, so I have to take it a little bit easier if I don't want to make myself mentally or physically ill, which I don't. But let's get into my rules for this challenge. I'll go over the main points here, and you can read the full rule set in the description if you would like. As with all chunkmen, I am limited to the boundaries of my unlocked chunks and cannot leave them. These boundaries extend infinitely upward and downward. Technically, there are no chunk borders in the underground, but I can only access areas that don't require a transportation method to get to. If transportation is involved, and if that area is also accessible by another overworld chunk, then I need to have said chunk unlocked in order to get there. Similarly, I cannot use teleports or overworld transportation methods unless both the start and end points of the transportation are unlocked. I'm also not allowed to interact with anything outside of my unlocked area, even if I'm performing the action from within my chunks. This is a rule that a lot of chunkmen seem to bend by doing things like using ranged attacks to lure mobs into their chunks, but I'm going to be much more strict with this rule. If an entity happens to wander into my area, then it's fair game, but if it cannot do so of its own accord, then I will not attempt to interact with it. I'm going to be unlocking my chunks randomly using the chunk picker by Desyrt Chunk, who is an absolute legend, by the way. I can only roll chunks that are orthogonally connected to mine, any Cracking the Cryptic fans out there, and only if those chunks are actually accessible on foot. So for instance, this chunk to the east of me is currently only accessible via an agility shortcut that I can't do because I have no way to train agility in this chunk, and therefore when it comes time to roll my next chunk, this will not be one of the options. I'm also going to be taking a page out of Limport's rulebook and disallowing transportation methods to unlock chunks for me if I can also reach those chunks on foot. Take this magic carpet right behind me, for example. As you saw in the recap, this is how I got here, but I will not be able to use it to return to the Shantae Pass unless I unlock all the chunks along its path. However, if a chunk is only accessible via transportation, such as the Void Knight's Outpost for example, then it would count as a rollable chunk if I have the Port Sarum docks unlocked. In my chunks, I will have to complete the highest level skilling tasks available, Skillcapes included, as well as progressing any available quests and achievement diary tasks as far as possible. Skilling tasks are only made available if I have access to a primary training method, such as a doable agility course for agility. Some chunkmen count agility obstacles that give XP as a primary training method, but I will not be doing so, RIP Verf. I will be allowing secondary training methods via mob drops, like if I can get ores or bars for smithing, but only if the drop rate is under 1 in 13. Again, I'm trying not to burn out here. Partial product processing will also be required, such as making a pie halfway if that's all I can do, and boosting levels is allowed in order to complete skill tasks. I will have to slay every unique monster in my chunk at least once if I have not killed said monster previously. However, I must also obtain every unique item drop from a monster's drop table, but only if I have not previously received the drop from another monster. Combat challenges also have a drop rate threshold, and I have set mine to be under 1 in 513, so anything over that will not appear as a chunk task. As far as bosses go, I am only requiring myself to get a single kill count to complete the chunk. Again, I have not played this game in almost 10 years, and I barely did any PvM outside of Slayer and questing when I was still playing. Now, that's not to say that I can't grind bosses if I want to, because I certainly can, but none of their drops will generate chunk tasks for me, such as the collection log or best in slot gear. Speaking of the collection log, the only one that I will be required to complete on this account is the minigame collection log. RNG is not my friend, which is why my drop rate thresholds are so low, and most of these minigame rewards only require a time investment to complete. There are a few RNG dependent rewards, but if I'm going to be doing the rest of the minigame logs, I'm obligated to do those too. I will be requiring myself to obtain all best in slot and quality of life items for both combat and skilling, again with the condition that the drop rate for those items is less than 1 in 513. I will have to buy every item from every shop in my chunk at least once. I'm not sure if items sold without a shop interface count, but I guess we'll find out. And lastly, this will probably be my most controversial rule, but I will not be making any wilderness chunks rollable. At least not yet. Maybe in the future, once I have completed all of the rest of the chunks, I'll come back to complete the wilderness as part of like a season 2 kind of thing, but if there's one thing I'm worse at and less experienced in than PvM, it's PvP. In other games, I'm decent at PvP, but PvP in OSRS is just a little bit too antagonistic, a little bit too predacious, and I just don't have the fine motor skills or the practice to be able to keep up with the very precise and fast-paced nature of OSRS PvP. I know I'm like a million chunks away from the wilderness right now, but just in case the chunk picker happens to make a beeline straight there, I'm going to preemptively say that the wilderness is off limits. With one exception. And I really hate to make such a big exception. I mean, the whole point of me setting up my rules this way is to prevent having to make exceptions as much as possible, but I'm going to make the Abyss chunk rollable when I get to Edgeville. The Abyss itself is not a PvP area, and not having access to this chunk would take Guardians of the Rift off the table for me, which would make me very sad, so I'm making it my only exception. However, this does still leave Secrets of the North, Desert Treasure 2, and their required mini-quests unavailable to me. But those are the rules, and like I said, I'm going to try my very hardest to stick to them as closely as possible with hopefully few to no exceptions. I also probably should have mentioned that my particular brand of autism leads me to over-explain things, so if that happens to get on anyone's nerves, I am very, very sorry. I really did try my best to cut down the intro and rule explanations. Now, before we actually have a look around this chunk and get into any grinds, I did want to give this character a slight backstory. We'll see if or how it develops. It might not, but here goes. Our protagonist awakens in a foreign land, looking visibly out of place, though perhaps not feeling quite as much a stranger to it as he should. As he begins to come to, he finds that his memory has largely abandoned him, including of himself. Flashes of violence disrupt his futile recollections. A nighttime road, a caravan overturned and set ablaze, the shouts of white-robed men bearing curved blades. More distantly in the past, a lush forest, a castle wall, and more distantly still, the face of a strange woman. A vague impression, as if from a long-forgotten dream, a blinding flash of light, hushed whispers. Okay, so we are here in this strange land in Polnivnich, the Desyrt Chunk, with nothing. As you can see, nothing in the inventory, nothing in the worn equipment slot. We are just trying to find a way to survive, to recover our memories, and try to get through this ordeal that our character has been experiencing here. Let's go over to the chunk picker, actually, so that we can see what tasks we have in this chunk to get ourselves out of here. Alright, so this is my chunk map, and over here on the right side, you should be able to see all of the tasks that we have to do here. We have to buy a bunch of stuff from the general store. There is a general store here. There is also an inn, a tavern of some sort. So we have to buy the stuff from there as well. And we also have to kill a bandit with a beard, a bandit with no beard, a desert snake, and a Menifite thug. We also have to get the drops from all of them, which looks like they mostly just drop bones. I'll have a look on the drop table on the wiki page, but I feel like they drop more than just bones. Is it really just bones? Well, anyway, I guess we will soon find out. But before we do any of that, let's first look around this place and see what items there are. I see a red item somewhere in this shop. I want to make sure I have at least something. I have a bucket here. Okay. There's another bucket here. Let's see. Can I take this beer? I'm not going to rob a stranger's beer. I don't want their germs. Okay, fair enough. But like, also, I'm gonna need food because I have to kill things. And I don't know if you noticed, but this Menifite thug, level 55. The bandits, I can't kill these villagers. They're level 3. They don't have a kill or attack option. But the bandits up to the north over there or something, they're like level 40 something. My first random event. Okay. Hello. Okay, yeah, I'll play in your quiz show. Let's see. Welcome to the greatest quiz show. Odd one out. Alright. I'm going to just do this quiz real quick as I was in the middle of explaining my plight with monsters that can kill me in like 2 shots. Fish. We don't want the fish in with our armor. Alright, 1,000 coins or mystery box. I know that mystery box is like the popular option, but I have literally nothing right now, and I don't know that there's a whole lot of things that I can actually get. I'm gonna get 1,000 coins just right off the bat, because maybe that helps me with something. We do have to buy things as part of our chunk tasks, remember, so having these 1,000 coins will help go a long way there. But I don't know that I'm gonna be able to generate money, because apparently these guys, it's telling me that they don't drop coins. I have no way to generate money aside from that, so this is actually really good for me. This snake here, this level 5 snake, is like the only thing in my chunk that I can actually have a shot of killing, but I'm definitely going to need like food or something in order to kill those, and I think beer should give me that food. I think it heals like 1 hit point. Let me see what the barman stocks. Okay, there's a bunch of this stuff. Oh, okay. Jug of wine. Actually, jug of wines might be my best healing. I have to check. I have no idea what any of this stuff heals. Like I said, I haven't played this game in like a decade. I only know that beer heals 1 because I looked it up beforehand, because I was like, oh, there's a beer on this table. I'll be able to heal myself, except no. I guess there's a beer glass here, which I can take. Now, okay, so one of the people that I didn't mention in the intro was Josh Isn't Gaming, who has the Neil Chunk series, and the reason I didn't is because I literally just started watching him like a day and a half ago. I was binging some of his videos, and all of this was already in motion, so, but I have watched the first few episodes at least, and I do know that there were these barrels in his chunk, and he had a beer glass that he used to get beer from the barrel. Nothing interesting happens there, okay, but there, I did notice actually that there was a barrel in my little starting hut here that I did that opening cutscene, so I'm gonna go back and check this as well, because if I can get free beer here and I don't have to buy food. Okay, this one has a tap on it, so that probably means that it's legitimate. Okay, cool. Alright, so we do have beer, but I'm just gonna take another look around this chunk to see if there are any items that can help me, any, like, weapons or anything. I didn't get any best in slot tasks, which has me concerned because I'm assuming that means that maybe there is no best in slot weapon available to me, and I'll just have to, like, kick and punch snakes to death. So we'll see. Can I get any water from this well? I don't think it's super useful to me currently, but I get like a bowl. I think that stops me from dying of thirst in the desert. Not that I have to worry about this because very little of my chunk is actually in the desert that takes away your health if you're in there for too long. I'm probably going to sound like an absolute idiot here because I haven't played this game in so long, so I don't know what words to use to describe things, but can I pickpocket a villager? No. Okay. It's not giving me it as a task, so I don't know if... I think there's like a quest related to these villagers that I can't do. Here's that level 41 bandit that I was talking about. I have no thieving tasks, so I don't think I can actually get any money from these people or thieving experience, so we're just gonna move on. We need a provisions, kind of. Oh. Oh wait, this is just the general store. Okay. Looks like people have been selling quite a few items here too, so that's interesting. I don't know which items are here and which aren't. Tomato, 4 coins. Orange, 2 coins. I'm very hesitant to spend money right now. I could buy this Radiant headpiece. Does it give stats? Do any of these things give stats? I mean, I'm going to have to buy it anyway, so let me buy one of these. Just see if it has any stats. It has no stats, okay. So we're not going to buy anything else just yet. Let's go up the ladder and have a look upstairs. The ladder's broken, I can't climb it. Fantastic. Let me find another way up, because I want to see if there are any items on the upper floors. As far as I can see here, there's really no items. I can zoom out of my mini-map. I just learned this right now by accident. I don't see any items. Okay, so I'm going to collect a couple more beer glasses. I guess they don't spawn very frequently, so that's sad. I might have to actually buy food. 2 beer glasses, that gives me 2 HP. Is that okay for now? Can I survive beating up a level 5 snake with 2 beer glasses? I wonder if the snakes poison me. That would be very concerning if they do. Alright, let's try to kill our first monster for the first chunk task. This is literally the only thing we can realistically kill right now without getting sent back to Lumbridge, which I don't have like 200 gold. I mean, I guess I do now, but I would lose that if I died, so I don't have a way to get 200 gold again. I guess I could just hop worlds and collect the iron daggers like 20 times, but I'd rather not have to do that, so let's very carefully attack the snake. Okay, good start. I don't know the stats on these things, so I don't know how hard they're... this doesn't seem too bad, actually. I was worried about this for, like, nothing. I thought, oh man, I'm just gonna get wrecked by these level 5 snakes, and it's gonna be the end of the chunk. But no, okay, so they do attack me. I have auto-retaliate on, which I kind of don't want, necessarily. I guess maybe in this instance I might. But, well, there's our first snake killed, so that's a chunk task. Got these bones as a drop, which I think is another chunk task. I wonder if they drop anything except for bones? Or anything besides, rather? Doesn't appear that they do. I'm just going to bury the bones. Can I look these things up on the wiki? Isn't there a way to do that? They don't appear to poison me, so I'm just going to attack these for a little bit. Oh, I'm getting hit off this snake that I attacked by another one. Okay. 7 out of 10 hit points. Concerning, but I guess it's to be expected. They look like they only hit 1s. I don't know if they can hit 2s on me. I think I'm just gonna train my attack so that I hit them a little bit more frequently. And then once I get a few attack levels, I'll switch to strength. I'm gonna drink one of my beers, just be cautious. Feeling a little low on HP. Doesn't that drain my stats too? Yeah, it drained my attack by 1, so that's... I gotta be a little, conservative with these beers here. Oh, this is exhilarating content. Punching the air above a snake to damage it. I guess it would look better if I kicked it. Maybe. Yeah, I guess it kind of looks better. I mean, my foot kind of gets cut off as I'm kicking it, but it's a tiny bit better. Alright, more bones, more prayer XP. Oh, that's a little too low for me. gotta run there. Drink some of this beer. Hopefully that stops following me soon. Okay, so I got 1 level out of that. That's something, right? That's a good start. I have a kebab seller over here. I don't know how much they cost. I guess I'll take a standard kebab, please. 3 gold for a kebab, alright. Now I think these have a chance of, like, healing nothing, but I'm gonna eat it anyway. Oh, it healed me 3. Okay, I mean, 3 coins for kebab, that might not be a bad food source. Again, I kind of just want to take it a little bit slowly and maybe let my hit points regenerate or use these beers because I don't really want to waste all this gold. And I guess another thing that I haven't really brought up yet is the fact that I have no access to a bank currently, so I'm technically going to be playing Ultimate Iron Man rules. And, well, the thing is, this is actually my first ever Iron Man as well. So this is the first time that I'm playing the game in like a decade. This is my first ever Iron Man. I made one like back in RS3 when it like first came out, and all my friends were like, "Hey, let's make Iron Man," and I was like, "That sounds like a horrible, horrible way to play the game." And then I made it and played it for like 2 days and didn't touch it again. So I have zero Iron Man experience realistically, and don't know how this is gonna go, but it's probably gonna go rather poorly. Alright, let's see if we can fight another snake here. I mean, I just have to be a little careful here to conserve some of my run energy and some of my hit points, and I don't think that they can really catch up to me very easily. I'll be able to get away and just keep at it, I guess. There's level 3 attack coming in, and 4 combat. Progress. Okay, the snake's kind of wrecking me though, so I'm gonna just heal up a little bit. I know it's gonna take my attack back down, but better than death, you know? Oh, this is scary. Hit me twice in a row. His tail's outside the chunk. Okay, I'm gonna abort. I'm such a coward. In fairness to me, though, it would be really bad to get sent back to Lumberger. I mean, I guess not. Like, I could just run back here. It's not too many chunks, and I think I've already unlocked, like, all the music tracks. I'd prefer just, you know, not to. Let's get a few more beers, and we will keep killing the snakes. Here's one rather close to safety. You will be my next victim, as your tail slithers out of existence there. I guess, depending on what angle I'm looking at, some part of the snake is always going to be slithering out of existence. The jank of old school RuneScape. Okay, that's concerningly low hit point number. That hits 2. I'm just gonna book it. I'm not gonna wait around for that to go any lower. Okay, we're back at 4. Now we're on 3 again. Oh, okay, no. Nope, 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 nope. That's why I leave at 2. That's why I leave at 2. This is gonna take me a little while, I guess. Alright, 5 kebabs. That one healed me 7, so that's pretty cool. We can just go straight back into the war zone. I'm really sorry, by the way, if it's frustrating watching me, like, be a complete noob with completely horrendous clicks and just no efficiency whatsoever. Hopefully that'll improve over time, but please don't be mad at me. I don't like it when people are mad at me. 4 attack coming in. We'll go to 5 and then switch to some strength and then get that to 5, maybe switch to some defense. Try to level up the skills somewhat evenly. They're all wandering around the chunk border, so I'm a little scared to go and just attack one. This thing hit me 3 times in a row. Are you joking? 4 times in a row? Oh, oh, 5 times in a row. Can you stop, please? Thank you for perishing and taking away half my health in one go. I'm sure as I'm doing this, someone's going to bring up the fact that, hey, you could just try to flinch these guys, right? If you didn't have these snakes here, except I don't know how to flinch. Never tried it. Gotta eat. It's actually why I picked Polynivniche as my first chunk, because I was initially considering either the Bedabin camp or the Bandit camp over to the west, and I had to look at the enemies around there when I was scouting it out, and all the enemies are just way out of my combat range, so I would have a horrendous time there. I probably would not even be able to start the chunk. So all new niche it is, and as you can see, I'm already struggling quite a bit just to kill the snakes, so I don't need to make this any harder on myself at this point. 4 more kebabs, that should get me about like 2 more snake kills with the way things are going. I don't want to fill up my whole inventory with kebabs because it takes a long time. Well, there's level 5 attack. Let me switch over to the kick option here. And these guys are wrecking me. Why are they hitting so hard? I also don't want to spend too many of my coins because, like I said, I don't know what other sources of GP that I have in this area are. And I have to buy everything in the shops. That random event at the start, that was totally a lifesaver. Set me up for this chunk at least a little bit. So there's level 2 strength coming in. And level 5 combat. Oh, now I can just left-click attack. That's cool. These early levels aren't exactly flying in, but they're not going too poorly either. Also, I just realized I think I'm taking Desyrt Heat here because one of my buckets evaporated, so that's concerning. I guess I should probably eat first and foremost. That didn't heal too much. Let's get the run on just in case. But I should probably keep these buckets filled just in case that Desyrt Heat comes and tries to kill me. And after burying every bone that we've received so far, that's level 2 prayer. I think I'm going to grab a few more buckets from this house. So this way, even if I'm not paying too much attention for a little while, because there's so much going on for me, being in this noobly state that I am, I shouldn't, hopefully, be murdered by the weather. You know, these jug of wines, they only cost 1 coin. It looks like there are 12 of them in stock. If I buy 10, how much does that set me back? It only sets me back 10. Okay. Probably a little bit quicker than trying to collect beer glasses and fill them. Let me drink and see how much it... Oh, that heals just straight up 5. Okay. Well, I'm going to drop this. I should also probably check off the jug of wine as a chunk task before I forget. You guys are probably screaming at me right now, like, just buy the jugs of wine. They're super cheap and they heal a lot of whatever. Look, man, I'm just a noob, okay? Just give me a little bit of a break here. I barely know what I'm doing right now, so this guy's wrecking me too. So how much do these actually heal? Because right now it says it heals 7, which is the entirety of my missing hit points. Now it says 8, which I'm going to drink it at because I don't want to die. Oh, there's 3 strength. That's cool. It's still lowering my attack, so I guess if that's the only thing it's lowering, it's fine enough. I guess I have to keep attacking. Yeah, I'm just going to turn auto retaliate back on for right now. Here's level 11 hit points. That was unexpected, but I guess probably to be expected, right? And not long after, there is level 4 strength coming in along with a level 6 combat. Let's heal up. This guy is absolutely wrecking me. I have 2 attack still, and I cannot hit him, and he's hit me like 20 times. Now I have 1 attack, but I should still be able to hit him, so I don't know what happened there. I almost died to 1 frickin' snake, because I have the RNG of a frickin' clown. Oh my gods, I almost just went out the chunk border right there. Oh, okay. There's level 5, yeah, that thing. Oh, what? 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 Did it just hit me for a 5? What? Was that the Desyrt Heat? Okay. Oh, okay, everything just went so wrong here. Okay. I guess I wasn't paying attention to the desert. That's really poor of me. Okay, I saved myself from one embarrassing thing and then just got dominated by another. Let's just click through death and get back as soon as possible. Okay, 15 minutes to get back. We're gonna need to pick up some things for money here. 10 coins at least. Get through the gate, and then 5 for the Shantae Pass. Let's get these boots. Let's pick up a knife. These all sell for 2 each, I believe. I'm gonna have to run all the way there, so I should probably conserve my run energy a little bit. Grab this knife here. Oh man, that had to happen already. Yeah, I start dying of thirst. It hit me for a 5 though. Are you kidding me? I was about to say that I'm definitely going to switch to defense because I'm, kind of tired of them hitting me so often, but that kind of ruined the clip a little bit. Ruined the vibes, if you will. I'm sure some of you are probably wondering why I didn't start off as a hardcore Iron Man. Well, this is why. This is so bad. Let's get the Iron Dagger again. I still have 12 minutes left. I think I should be fine to get back to my stuff. Alright, trade Shantae. Give me a pass. Drop the coins. Enjoy that 11 GP, whoever happens to come through here. Let's proceed regardless, and try... I mean, the Desyrt Heat hit me for a 5. Actually, can I pick up that money? What happened to my money? Oh, there it is. How much are your water skins? 30? I don't have 30. How much is this? 6 for you. 4. All right, I'll buy 1 bucket of water just for one little saving grace here. Go back through the pass. Let's try not to die now. Oh, that's not good. already off to a bad start. I think if we just stay along the river here, we'll be back in Polnivnich in no time. Oh, please don't attack me. I don't think goats are aggressive, thankfully, but yeah, those were also by the Bedouin camp, and I also would not have been able to deal with them, so. Alright, back here, this was not necessary, I guess, but we'll drop it and head back to our tombstone here. Save a little bit of run energy so that we can loot it and get the hell out when that happens. Actually, before I even go and try to get my stuff, I am going to pick up these buckets here from the shop here so that I don't, you know, get hit by a 5 as I'm looting my gravestone. Still have 8 minutes on it, so we're totally fine, I think. Beautiful sweet water. Let's run over to our grave. Gimme it all. Did I get it all? Apparently not the jugs of wine. Yeah, I'm just gonna go and sort myself out a little bit here. Hang on. My buckets are full. Shouldn't that have protected me? Because I have full buckets? They're not all empty. So I don't know what happened. Maybe it's worth buying a couple water skins anyway, just in case. So I'm gonna go and do that. I know that the desert robes do protect against the that heat timer a little bit, so I will buy one of the desert boots. I was kind of going off of the whole like fashionscape thing, but I'm gonna have to wear some white robes here. How much are these? Oh, I just bought one instead of price checking it. 27 coins. I'll take another one, I guess. They're only partially filled, which is interesting. Let's cross off a couple more chunk tasks here. We bought the desert boots and we bought the water skin 3. Let's continue on with our serpent slaying and hopefully not die again. Man, these defense levels can't come fast enough. Just keeps wrecking me. Almost there. Almost to level 2 defense. Can we get there before I have to drink a wine? I probably shouldn't push it given what just happened to me, but this is personal now. Okay, we didn't get there. Yep, that's just, okay. Let's attack you then, maybe? There's level 2 defense, and we're just gonna heal up. We're gonna be cowards. 2 defense, honestly, probably still isn't even enough to spare me from these demons. And there's 3 defense coming in, combat level 7. Every one of these snakes gives me about 24 XP because they have 6 hit points, unless they happen to regenerate during the fight, so it's really not a lot per snake kill, and they do kind of a lot of damage to me. Try not to follow these guys out of the border, because that would be bad. I was kind of hoping one of them would attack me so I wouldn't have to chase it, but eventually they won't be able to. And there's level 4 defense coming in. These bones should get me to level 3 prayer. So we are moving up in the world, slowly but surely. This guy's probably watching me like, what the hell is this noob doing? I mean, he's not wrong. What the hell am I doing? But, yeah, honestly, what am I doing here? Here is level 5 defense coming in. I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break for right now. And then when we come back, I'll probably switch to some strength training and see where that takes me. Catch you guys in a bit. And there's 6 strength coming in. The 5 defense levels do definitely make a noticeable difference, I say as I get hit right there twice in a row, but up until I just started recording this clip, I wasn't really getting hit all that often, so I may have to go back and buy some wines now, but I am going to train strength for at least probably the next several levels. Maybe I'll get it to 10 and then go back to defense. Oh, and there's 12 hit points with an 8 combat level coming in. There's 7 strength. And there's 8 strength. Level 4 prayer coming in. 9 strength. And combat level 9 as well. And here is level 10 strength, my first non-hit point skill to be double digits. I think I'm going to be switching back to defense now because these guys are still kind of wrecking me even at this level. Level 6 defense. I really like this little tent area. I want this. I want all of these things. Can we get these for a POH? I don't think we can, but I want them. You know, I complain a lot about how arduous this is and how long it's taking to get past this first little stage of being a noob here, but I really do enjoy starting things afresh and being at this low level and trying to survive in this hostile environment. It is a really cool challenge, and I am looking forward to progressing in it. There is 7 defense. And there's prayer level 5. And there's level 8 defense coming not long after. Level 9 defense coming in. I may still be getting wrecked, but at least I'm getting a lot less wrecked and I'm using a lot fewer wines. I just noticed how the only desert robe pieces that I actually have are blocking the only black pieces of my outfit, so I guess that's convenient. As we all know, dark colors absorb light, so I'm staying very, very cool here with these robes. There's level 10 defense coming in and combat level 11, probably with some gear upgrades that I have absolutely no access to right now, but hey, at least we're going to be getting hit less, question mark. I think next I'm probably going to switch back to attack. Level 6 attack, and level 14 hit points. That edgy level 13 was nice while it lasted. And that's level 7 attack coming in hot, as well as combat level 12. We interrupt your regularly scheduled snake slaying to get that 6 prayer here. And there's level 8 attack coming in. There's level 9 attack. And finally, a level 10 attack for a nice even melee column down here on the stat page. Of course, I can now wield black weaponry and white weaponry, but I also, of course, do not have access to any of that. Combat level 13, hey, there we go, the edgy number is back. Let's go back to strength for a bit, and I'm probably not going to show every single level from here on out, because it's just going to be more of the same. It's not like I have a whole wide variety of creatures to attack or a lot of places to attack them in. I don't just want to keep spamming you guys with clips exactly like this one, so I'll bring you back in a little bit. Okay, I'm bringing you guys back in because we just got another quiz master. Maybe we'll get lucky with a mystery box. I suppose we can always see. All right, let's take the mystery box. This is the first time I think I've ever taken it. Maybe not. Maybe like when I was really new to the game, and we're talking almost 2 decades ago. Almost. Not quite, but almost. I might have picked this up a couple of times and then realized that it was horrible, and then always took the guaranteed money. But we'll see what it gives us here. A loop half of a key. All right. And it's just gonna clog up some inventory space for me. That's great. Absolutely perfect. Alright, so we are still quite a ways away from any sort of respectable combat level, but I'm bringing you guys in here because, as you can see, we are very close to a total level of 100, so I thought that that was worth showing. It may take a couple of sneaks here to kill, as we are relying on a very close hit points level. And there we go, level 20 hit points, and I believe we just got to 21 combat. Let me open up my loot tracker here, and this is how many snakes it took to get there. 403. We've buried 403 bones. That got us to 12 prayer, almost to level 13. I managed to get 20 defense and 20 strength, and now I'm going to work on rounding out the 20 attack here. It would look pretty nice if all of these skills were level 20 at the same time, but I doubt that's going to happen. Now, one thing that I've noticed is right at the edge of my chunk here, there is a jackal that is level 21 that sometimes wanders in either on this corner here, or sometimes I think it wanders over in this space here. There's another jackal there. We are the same combat level, but I think that it is still aggressive towards me, or would be if it could get into my range. Oh, and there's apparently a level 63 crocodile that can get close to here. That's pretty terrifying. If they do wander in, and they are aggressive towards me, then there's a possibility that they might just start attacking me of their own accord, which technically wouldn't be against my chunk rules. Like, let's say it wandered into this square here and then it started attacking me. I could attack it back, and that would be fine. It just probably would take a while to get that to happen, and I don't think that I would come off very well in that fight. Just thought that I would bring that up as a potential option available to me, but I don't think it's a very practical one, so I'm going to perish the thought right here. In a bit more positive news, I haven't actually needed to buy a jug of wine in quite a while. As you can see, my cash stack is still 830 here from the last time we went to buy them, and I've been doing this pretty consistently, so not a huge amount of time for my hit points to recover, so we're doing pretty good. The defense levels are helping. Now hopefully the attack levels will help also, and then once I get to level 20 attack, I'll probably just send it on strength for a long portion of the grind. I might get a few more defense levels because, you know, I don't like getting hit. I thought that this would take me a little bit less time than it has been, but I guess compared to some other one-chunk grinds, 4 hours really isn't all that much, so. Alright, well, I was going to go and do something else for a little bit, but this random event, I just came back to it, and it appears that we have a chance to get some experience, so let's do it. Okay, so Book of Knowledge obtained. Let's head out here. I also have a prayer level that is not too far away, and this should be 13 prayer. As for this book, what would I want to use it on? Potentially agility. I'm not sure if any of these other skills really speak to me right now. Obviously, I can't put it on stuff like rune crafting or construction or herb lore. I'll hold on to it for a moment and give it a little think as I'm out shopping, because I want to go before the store closes at midnight, because I'm one of those little gremlins that goes at 11 p.m. Alright, so I've just gotten back from the store and apparently got 11 attack as well. Some weird pop-up just came up and I'm not entirely sure what that was. I don't think you guys saw any of that on the screen, but yeah, we're back on the grind. You know, it occurred to me as I was on my way to the store that both the times, my last two random events that popped up, I was kind of rushed to get to the recording because I had actually gone and went and looked for a snack and couldn't find any either time, which is why I ended up going to the store. But it seems like my internal I need food clock is, I guess, somewhat aligned with the random event timer, which is kind of terrifying because I feel like I easily could have missed either of those random events, and that would have been a tragedy. Oh, it looks like we have another random event here, Dr. Jekyll. I don't have any herbs. I don't think I can get any, but I can get a strength potion, which could be useful. Oh, and there's 20 attack. As well as 25 combat, apparently. Oh, look at the snakes. They're just kissing or whatever. I don't know what they're doing. Mating? Is this legal to have on YouTube? I'm just gonna break it up anyway. I think I'm just gonna use this book of knowledge on agility. Prayer might be another decent option, but I think I'm gonna go with agility. Just to start getting that up a little bit. Oh, and there's 15 prayer. Apparently I can sell buckets of water here for 3 coins each, so that's pretty cool. I guess this would have given me a way to get enough money for things. This is 140 though. Is this 500 coins for a pack of empty buckets? Okay. The reason I'm doing that is because I want to fill up my entire inventory with jugs of wine and just go and see what we can do against a level 41 bandit, because if we can potentially defeat at this level 56s, that's a little bit above my pay grade. I mean, let's be real, the level 41 is also probably well above my pay grade, but if we can defeat said bandit at this low of a level, maybe we can get out of this chunk a little bit sooner. Just attack the bandit and see, and hopefully this doesn't go... Oh, okay, he hits 5s and 4s and 3s. I'm gonna heal up. I'm only hitting 1s on him. Oh, he hits 7s? Okay, that's bad. I'm gonna go on to my aggressive style. He hits so hard. I have to remember that he can hit 7s, and I have to stay at very high health. If I do manage to bring him down, though, that'll be a chunk task. Let me heal up again. Oh, eat. This is nerve-wracking. I really don't want to have to make another run back from Lumbridge. Okay, we're hitting. We're also getting hit for some very big numbers. That is, you know, an entire third of our hit point pool. This dude's here probably like, the hell is this guy thinking? I'm sure a lot of chunkmen get that kind of reaction from people. Just need a few more good hits. Nope, not on me. I appear to have stopped hitting, and I'm getting hit very hard, so I hope we have enough jugs of wine to outlast this. We're so close. We're 10 hit points away from defeating this guy, but just can't hit. Please hit. Oh my gods, please. It's so nerve-wracking just watching the health and trying to... I might be overhealing. Oh, there. Please, bro. Okay. 4 hit points. Come on. We've got 4 wines left, and there. Well, now we're down to 3. Should I use my prayers? I have no way of recharging them unless I die, which I don't want to do, as we've already established. Come on, come on. Oh, this is so tense. Do I flick one on just to try it? Let me try it. No. Oh, I clicked the wrong prayer, but it's okay. We got him down anyway. My inventory's full. Nope, not examine it. Drop it. Take those bones, bury them. That is a chunk task complete. I'm definitely not ready for the level 56s or the level 55 Menophyte thugs, but proof of concept, I can kill a level 41 bandit. That's pretty cool. Definitely not going to try that again until I've trained up on a few more snakes, so I'll probably end up just going off to do that and bringing you in once that's done. Let me try my new shift clicking. I've never spam shift click dropped whatever the hell I'm saying right now. I don't even know this many items before. Okay, that was kind of satisfying. 7 XP away from 22 hit points we almost got from that fight. No wonder I wasn't hitting at the end. I'm drinking wine and my attack's going down and down and down. Probably was 0 at some point, so let's get some more training in. And there's 25 strength. Alright, and it looks like we have an Evil Bob random here. This is actually my only method of getting fishing XP, I believe. 650 fishing XP. That's a bunch. That'll get me a nice few levels here. Nice. Level 7 fishing. Speaking of levels, you may have also noticed that I am now currently training defense. I think I'm going to switch between defense and strength up to 30. I was planning on revealing that once I got to level 25 defense, but we're almost level 22, and of course there are no snakes wandering around near me. Try to snag one of these bastards. Okay. There's 22 defense and 28 combat. The plan is to go up to 30 in both of these and try to take on one of those level 41 bandits again, just to see if I fare any better against him, and maybe that'll be more experience, more of a viable training method. I really don't know. The reason I'm getting defense for that purpose is because I don't want to get hit as much, because if I have to bring a whole inventory of wines each time, that could get very repetitive, and I don't know if costly is the right word, considering that they're only 1 GP each, but I don't have infinite money, and I do still need to keep at least like what, 700 something in order to buy out all the rest of the stuff from the shops. Yeah, I'm just gonna be at this for a little while longer, and we'll see what happens. Oh, inventory's full. Got it. And we should have a couple more levels in right now, the 25 hit points and soon enough 25 defense. Pretty big milestones. Oh well, I don't know if you could call those big. I'm only going to stay at level 20 attack though, because I think that already lets me wield the highest level weapon that I can get in this chunk, which is a mithril scimitar from the quiz show mystery box random event whatever. I'm just kind of making word salads here as I slaughter Solo Mission's children. But unfortunately, I have no other way to really get myself out of this chunk other than to just murder snakes endlessly for the rest of my life. Oh, and it looks like I have another Dr. Jekyll, which will allow me to get a full 4-dose strength potion. I don't know what I'm going to do about the empty vial here. They're not the most uncommon things in the world. In other chunks, I mean, I can't do anything with it realistically, can I? I guess I'll keep it for now, just, you know, for reasons. Okay, and there's also a strength level, so that's pretty cool. And I can hit 4s now. Alright, so here is momentarily, any moment now, 30 strength. We're going to follow that up with now 30 defense. And I kind of lied when I said that I wasn't going to train attack anymore, because there's 25 attack there. My best healing food is jugs of wine, and judging by that last fight when I had my whole inventory full of them, I probably went very close to 0 attack at one point, and that's obviously not great for my DPS. So I've been training attack a little bit as well, up to 25.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
So I'm going to go gear up again for another fight with the bandit. We're going to sell the bucket. I think I'm going to ditch the vial. It probably sells for nothing. It sells for 1 coin. That 1 coin could be useful. That's one jug of wine at least. There's our level 41 bandit. His name is Orange now instead of Red, and we're going to fight him. He can still hit 7s on me, which is disappointing. Luckily though, hitting a 7 doesn't mean a third of our hit points are, you know, just gone. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not feeling as confident in this fight as I hoped that I would be. I guess it is going a little bit smoother than the previous kill, but I don't know that I'd call it well enough to actually start training on. We could just get a few more hits in. Oh, that's, yep, gotta drink to that. Like a drinking game. Well, I mean, I can't say that it went worse. It definitely went better. I only drank, what, 7 jugs of wine, and one of those was kind of an accidental overheal. But, like I said, I have been at this for a long while now, so I think I'm going to call it here and just resume grinding out those little snakes in the morning. Another day, another level. Well, I guess technically it's another evening at this point, but regardless, there's 31 strength. I bet you thought that I was coming back in for 32 strength, but it's actually 30 hit points. And there's 32 strength. Also 36 combat. It looks like we have a visit from the Frog Princess. Here's the frog token. I guess I'll hold on to it. I don't have a bank. My inventory's already so limited. Anyway, that's the frog random event. Yay. And here's 24 prayer. It's almost as high as my attack stat now, which is wild to me. And there's 33 strength. Okay, so I'm about a dozen or more kills in after reaching level 33, and I still haven't seen a 5 yet, so I don't know when I'm going to be able to hit that, but I am going to go and try to take down another bandit because, quite frankly, all these wines in my inventory are kind of slowing down my progress with being able to stockpile bones from all of these snakes. And where am I trying to find this level 41 bandit here? So I'm going to just murder him, and now he's trying to run from me. It's a good thing we're not near a chunk border. I mean, that got rid of, what, 4 wines? That went pretty quick compared to the other times, actually. In another couple of levels, I might be inclined to try the level 56 bandit just to see. I just want these stats to be a little bit higher before then. We have got 34 strength coming in momentarily. If I could actually hit the damn snake, I'm 4 XP away. That's a 1-hit splat, and I'm not all that far off from hitting it, but okay. There's also 31 hit points going on. You kind of ruined the moment here, Snake. You made me fumble my words. I'm not even murdering you fast enough to get revenge for that, but whatever. We got there in the end. 31 hit points, 34 strength, 37 combat. How many kills have we gotten? 1,676 kills. That's a lot of snakes. Sorry, solo mission. Alright, because I am just too curious to see how this will go, I am going to try to take on one of these bandits with our new... I can catch up to him, please. With our new strength level. And then I'm actually probably going to try to take down a level 56. I'm obviously going to restock after this. Those 7s that this bandit's hitting are already concerning enough. This fight isn't going nearly as well as the previous one. Man, that last one went so well that I was like, yeah, I'm ready to take on a level 56 bandit. Have I hit a 5 yet? I don't think I've hit a 5 yet. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was kind of paying a little bit more attention to my own health. Almost out of wines. Because I figured, oh, there's a 5. I didn't use, all that many in the last fight, so... Maybe that was my thing, is I was like, I want to use these wines to get them out of my inventory, and so the game was like, no, actually, you're not going to. But now when I want to actually complete this with some rather high health, I'm just using up all of my resources. I'm gonna get ready to run, just in case. Okay. No running necessary. That was still very close for comfort. I was really hoping that I could maybe take on these level 56 guys, but maybe that's not the best idea right now. I'll bring you guys back in when I get more stats, I guess. Oh, it looks like I have a random event here. Hello. This is a pair of shears, and what do you give me? 640 coins. I guess I continue to get spooned coins so that I can just complete the chunk immediately once I manage to fight all the bandits and thugs around here. That almost makes me sound like a bit of a vigilante. So here is... right about now, 35 strength. I also decided to get up to 30 attack, which I kind of mistimed and therefore did not record. 26 prayer came as a result of all of this training, as well as 32 hit points, so we're looking a little bit stronger. I was initially going to try to get like 35 defense or something, but man... this is a lot of sneak kills. We're up to almost 2,000 right now, so I think I really just want to go and take on another bandit, see how that works, and then whether it goes well or not, I'm probably just going to try to take on the level 56 bandit and just see how that goes as an experiment. Okay, so I'm coming at this with about 15 wines, and I intentionally did not fill up the inventory because I want to check the healing of some of the other food options afterwards and, knock off some chunk tasks along the way. Can I just finish him, please? I'm gonna drink. Not gonna risk that. I know I was still above the 7 max hit. He's running away again. And he's down. Cool. Let's see what this guy has to offer. There's a lot of junk being sold to this store, which is interesting. There's a tomato, which costs 4 coins. We'll buy it. We'll buy an orange. How much does it cost? I just want to see. For posterity, 2 coins. Lime for 2 coins, cheese for 4 coins. I doubt that any of this actually gives great healing, but it's ours. We have it now. So let's see. This orange heals 2, so that's probably not worth it. The slime also heals 2, so also probably not worth it. Cheese also 2. Tomato also 2. Did I see any pots of flour around here? I know I saw pots. If they were to sell flour somewhere, then I could potentially make like pizza. Well, actually I couldn't because I need a cooking level to do that. I don't think I have any way to train cooking, and I also don't think that there's a range here, so let me just back up on that right now before I sound like any more of an idiot than I already do. I think I want to head now back to the tavern here. I haven't actually bought a beer from here, so I'm going to do that. I've only been procuring my own beer. But I'll buy all of this stuff and just see what it heals and what it does to my stats. I know that this heals 1, gives -2 attack, +1 strength though, which is interesting. This heals 5, this brandy, +2 strength, but it gives me a -3 attack. These wines actually take away 2 attack each, so that's why it was going down more than I expected, because I didn't notice that before. Vodka heals 5 and -3, so it's the same as the brandy, and the whiskey is the same as all of the rest of these. What about the grog? Grog heals 3, +2 strength, -4 attack, so that's like the worst of the worst. You know what? I'm just gonna drink all of them just to celebrate here a little bit. You can't even see me drinking. I'm just gonna drink all of them to get them out of the inventory. Oh, I get a Dr. Jekyll. Okay, so I decided to get up to 32 defense, which we are very close to getting and have just achieved right now. That was a byproduct of getting up to 33 hit points, which I wanted to do before taking on this next challenge. We're going to go and buy some wines and try to take on some of these bigger bandits, level 56s. And just in case it's not clear why we are fighting the level 56 bandits first instead of the level 55 Menophyte thugs, well, one is for story reasons, because doing it in this order might give me a little bit of a boost of inspiration for progressing that. But also, I feel like if I can beat one of these guys, then I should be able to beat a level 55, so that's the logic. This guy also doesn't seem to be hitting very high. He hits a lot. He's hitting 5s and 6s quite frequently. Okay, there's the 7. That was the first time I think I've seen the 7 from him. It doesn't look like he can hit an 8. We're going down quite a bit in the wine department here, and also the attack level department. Also, I just realized I'm not using my kick here, which is probably not good. Switch to that so we can increase our max hit up to 5. Okay, there's a 9. That's what I was a little bit worried about, and that's the first time I saw it there. Let me get my run energy on just in case we need to make a quick exit here. I'm adjusting my camera angles on the fly because if push comes to shove and I have to run away quickly, I want to be in that position sooner rather than too late. There we go. There's a strength potion. Hopefully it's not too late to save us here. I think I can do this if I don't be a massive idiot about it and, you know, mess up from the very first thing by not having my combat style set and not having my strength potion set. I think I can do this. I can't finish this fight though. I don't have the attack for it. I gotta run. I gotta abort. Oh, that's disappointing. We were so close, yet so far away. Okay, well, I guess I have a little bit of downtime while I wait for my attack to recover, so that means more sneak killing in the meantime, and then I'll bring you back in when I'm ready to do another attempt, and hopefully I don't forget to put my aggressive combat style on. Hopefully I don't forget to drink the strength potion immediately. Oh. Hello, we have a mysterious old man. He wants me to do a maze. Sure, I like exploring mazes. Okay, now, apparently, if I can get to, like, this chest over here or something, I can potentially get runes. I think this is a strategy. I don't fully know how it works. I think, I mentioned Josh isn't gaming earlier in the episode, and I think he said that, like, if you keep the thing open, then the maze timer, it like doesn't go down until you're out of the box. And I mean, this could be keeping me here for even more hours, but I guess I could try it. An attack potion, that would be good for when I, you know, drink a whole bunch of wine to try to stay alive. But if I can get runes from this, then there's the potential that I could start training magic, perhaps. Certainly not to the extent that it would help me in combat, I don't think. Now if I do this, I get some bolts. Okay, that's not really helpful. I can't fire those bolts from anything, so I'm gonna just probably pause the recording here so you guys don't have to hear me rambling for the next, I don't know how long. This is supposed to take like 2 hours or something. Hopefully not that long, but yeah, I'll see you guys on the other side and we'll see what loot we get from this. Okay, so I decided that I don't really have the patience for this, and also I'm not really getting that many great things anyway out of it. These attack potions I'm pretty sure are going to show up noted, and I'm not going to be able to like use them until I get to a bank, or I find an NPC that can unnote them. I think there's a guy in my chunk who can note things, but I don't know about the unnoting part of that, so we're just gonna kind of fly along the rest of this maze. Let's see what's in this chest. Bolts, of course. I know that there's like a trick that if you do this on a non-members world, you get less bolts and you get more runes and you don't get potions and all that kind of thing, but I just can't be bothered with that right now. I'm so close to being done with this chunk anyway. Mithril ore, feather, and death runes. My attack potions are not noted, so that's good. I'm gonna sort this inventory out and then we'll see what we can do from here. There's one mithril ore here. I'm probably just gonna sell that off, to be completely honest, because I don't know what I'm gonna do with one mithril ore. And here is 34 hit points, 228 snakes later. I decided to sell off the mithril ore and the bronze bolts, which didn't sell for anything because they're bronze bolts. Kept the iron arrows. I've equipped them to save some inventory space. I'm keeping the feathers and the runes for now. I don't see too much of a use for them, but who knows, they could be useful later, and we're just going to stock up on a bunch of wines now, and we're going to try to take on that level 56 bandit again. Almost forgot to get enough wines to fill out the inventory. Alright, this time we are on the aggressive attack style. Here is our bandit here. We have a full inventory. I'm going to pre-pot up with the strength and the attack, actually, just to, you know, maybe hit a little bit harder. I'm not going to use any prayers at the moment, and I will be using the attack potion as a bit of a restoring item. I just have no way to recharge my prayer except for dying, which, as I mentioned probably earlier in this video, I don't plan on doing that because it's, well, for one, it's kind of a pain to get back here. Also, it's a little bit of a cheap strategy. Oh, I need to eat. Can't be scratching my nose at a time like this. Okay, we're not doing too badly. Oh! It gets me so tense every time I see a big number. Okay, we're going to drink another sip just to make sure we get the kill. Oh my god, stop hitting me. Yeah, run. You better run. Now he's not even attacking me, so that's cool. Can you please just finish him off? 30 attack. 30 attack and I'm not hitting. Drop that jug, get the bones. That's a task completed. I said click the bones. I actually said pick up the bones, but then I tried to click the bones and it didn't register, so I don't know what's going on with my clicks. I feel like ever since I started playing this game again, I'm just clicking things and they don't do what the clicks that I want them to do are telling them to do. I don't know. My brain is just kind of frazzled from that fight. I've got to get restocked and try to take on the Menophyte Thug. So I'm actually going to make killing the Menophyte Thug my last task and buy out the rest of the items that I have not bought from the shop yet, which would be a pot, a jug, an empty jug pack, which costs 140 coins. We have the water skins and the desert stuff already, and we need the bucket. We need to get a pack of, I don't even know how many buckets these are, but for 500 coins. Again, that money that we got from the random events really sorted us out here. Otherwise, we would have had to sell like buckets of water and hop worlds and a bunch of annoying stuff. We need the fake beard. We need the Caridian headpiece and the jug of water. We bought all the food to test their healing. We need the bowl of water, and there's a lot of random junk just being sold to the shop, and I'm not sure why. Like, what accounts are selling stuff to this shop? We also are going to then need the bucket of water, and that is this shop complete. Everything else here is just stuff that has been sold by players, so we can check off all those tasks. I'm probably just gonna try to sell most of this back, to be honest. It's run out of space. I don't, whatever. I'm just gonna drop the vials. They're 1 coin each if I sell them, so they're gone. Let's see what the fashion looks like. This little turban here. I guess I combine them and I can wear a desert disguise. Now I look like one of the bandits. That's a thing. I don't think this gives me any stats, does it? No, it doesn't. I'll keep it on me just for now, just for the laugh. But let's go gear up and get ready to fight that Menophyte Thug. Alright, so we've got our new set of wines. These attack and strength potions are actually really crucial to enabling me to complete this chunk, hopefully, well before the combat level that I expected to need to have. I am still only 41 combat, and these guys are level 55, one level lower than the bandit we just killed, so hopefully we should be able to manage it. I think I'm going to enter this tent and have my brawl with this person right here. We'll see what happens. I forgot to pot up, but that's okay. I think we drank them both. Drink this. We're on the aggressive style. So let's just see where this takes us. This is the last task in this chunk. The very last task that I need to complete it. I don't know how much hit points these guys have compared to the bandits that I was killing, but they seem a little tankier just right off the bat, so I'm not entirely sure how well we're doing here. We're losing health quite a lot though, which is super concerning. I still don't even know how much this stuff heals. Is it like 10, 11? Heals 11, I think. Looks like we're doing just fine. Oh, and I say that and I get double hit for 2 7s. Let's see where we're at. 17. I mean, I should still be hitting somewhat, right? Right? Come on, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me! I think I just have to take a sip just to be safe. I don't even know what that boosted me to, but the Menethite Thug is dead. Those are his bones. We'll drop the jug. We'll pick up the bones. We'll bury them. And that, my friends, is the chunk complete. Let me just relog quickly to get the total time here. And we have played for 16 hours and 24 minutes. I feel like that's a little bit longer of a grind than I was expecting for this chunk, given the tasks, to be honest. But we did it all with, you know, no gear, and I feel like these stats are actually kind of high for a starting chunk. I don't know. I mean, Limpwort did get to 99 defense in his very first chunk, so I shouldn't be complaining. I guess let's get into the chunk picker and see what our rollable chunks are. Okay, so this is our chunk map and our chunk picker, and I believe we can start crossing some things off here. We've bought all the stuff from the general store here. Let's just mark all of these off. I don't know if they disappear once I recalculate my chunks. I'm assuming that they probably do. We killed one Menethite Thug. That is all we have to do. There are no drops here. At first I was a little disappointed about. I was like, well, maybe if they dropped like a dagger or something that I could get it and it would make my grind easier, but I guess that's also true. Like, if they did have a drop table and that drop table included weapons, then I probably would have liked it, but because they didn't have a drop table and didn't drop weapons, then having to only kill each of them once works out for me. So I guess we're just gonna go with this. I think I click on the chunk to make it like show up like that. We'll make that chunk number 1, I guess. Like I said, we can't get over here. We can get into a very small sliver of this chunk to the west. I'm very hemmed in here. The only area that I can actually walk in this chunk also is a very little sliver of it. This chunk is partially cut off by the river, so we're looking to probably have a few empty chunks that we are going to roll through rather quickly before we can actually start moving on and expanding the map. But I am not going to be doing that in this episode. I think I am going to end it here and leave it on a cliffhanger. I guess it's not really much of a cliffhanger when there's very little land to go explore. You kind of know where I'm going, and you know that it's going to be a lot of desert. Please just make me feel a little bit better and say that you're in total suspense for what's about to happen. With all of that said, I do want to thank you sincerely for giving me your time. I really appreciate anyone who managed to get to this point in the video. I am planning on recording several of these videos ahead of time. Probably about 3 or 4 will be completed and ready to launch before I even upload the very first video. So if you do give me helpful tips and suggestions, I won't be able to get to them immediately in the episodes, but I will try to respond to you in the comments to acknowledge that I have heard what you're saying, and I'm just trying to give myself a bit of a buffer to get this content out to you in a timely manner while also doing these potentially ridiculous grinds like this one that took me 2 days, and however long of editing is ahead of me, I have no idea. Hope you guys understand. I'm sure plenty of you do. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.